Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of Cape Rugby TV. It's Wednesday night and it's 9 o'clock and we've managed to sort of work out the gremlins, we hope. On the show with me this evening, Morgan Newman. Hello Morgs.
How's it, James?
You well?
Very well, thank you. Good to be back on the show.
You have good rugby over the weekend?
Yes, it was good. My club that I play for got the result that we wanted. So, so good week all in all, if you ask me.
All right then, so Stellenbosch doing well then?
Yeah, very, very well, James.
Isma-eel, Dollie, hello Ish.
Hi James, good to be back. Club rugby's heating up this week, eh?
Yeah, it was hot over the weekend, that's for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and joining us on the show this evening, all the way from St. George's and Stellenbosch, so to speak, I suppose, Wilbur Kraak. Yes, meneer, hoe gaan met jou?
Goed self, JP.
Long overdue dat ons jou op die show het.
Ja, ek het dit maar vir my. Ek dink ek sien jou vir sulke tipe goed nie, so.
Hoekom nie?
Ons werk maar agter die skerms.
Julle werk maar agter die skerms. Ons moet vir julle coaches nog verduidelik dat die mees belangrikste ding in rugby deesdae is TV. Gemeenskaptelevisie.
Ag, ons hou dit maar haai op die agtergrond, JP. Ek dink dit is maar belangrik om die spelers te sien, so.
Maar ek sien jy's nogal 'n natural as jy op die TV is.
Ag, ons probeer.
You noticed it, she's quite a natural when he does get on it.
Yeah, he just plays the card very low, you know, that he's just, but he's a natural.
But there's a couple of coaches out there who play the card quite low, but then there's another couple of coaches who know how to pronk. But really, I mean, for me, that's kind of a sore spot. I mean, coaches who don't come on TV, you're doing your club a disservice. You must really make the effort because there's so many people in the community who look up to you as the coach, and kids and players who look up to you as the coach, and they want to see how you're doing as the coach. So it's seriously important that you make the effort to get on TV because who was that cricket player a while back who refused to play for the Proteas because he wasn't picked? Was it wasn't Langeveld? No, Willoughby? No.
Could have been Langeveld, actually.
Was it Langeveld? Didn't want to play for the Proteas because he wasn't picked on merit. Huge mistake.
I think he withdrew because of a quota assist or something.
Yeah, still huge mistake. Huge mistake. There's people in the, you know, I mean, Morgs, I remember having you on Good Hope FM, speaking to you about this exact same topic and talking about the fact that you were playing with the Springboks at the time, the Stormers at the time, and how many of the people in the community just wanted to know, they didn't care how you got into the team. They just wanted to know that you were playing because the kids were running out the road and, hello Morgan, and hoe gaan met jou my bro, and
Yeah, no, it's a contentious issue, but yeah, I mean, it was a bit of a sense of responsibility at the time for me in terms of, you know, the way I grew up and being somebody to look up to in the community that I grew up in. So I hope I played a little bit of my part, but yeah, the other guys doing it now all the time, so it's good to see.
I think you played more than your part. All right.
Well, I'd like to think so.
You've had your fair share of media.
Yeah, look, I don't know about that, but
Good Hope FM, and of course you're currently doing the club roundup on Mondays and on Saturday mornings as well. So even more media.
Yeah, we do. People must actually listen out for it. It's at 12:40 on a Monday morning, and then at 8:30 on a Saturday morning. So we do club wrap, and it's catch up on most of the results and fixtures that are leading up to the week, or we wrap up the results from the past weekend.
So 20-1.
20-1 on a Monday and 20-9 on a Saturday morning.
Yeah. All right, folks, let's quickly take a look at the results over the weekend. There were some cracker results. UCT 21-13 over False Bay. UWC going down to Stellenbosch 45 points to 3. Hamilton's 31-21 over Belhar. Kelsriver 29-41 loss for them against Durbel. Tygerberg losing to Primrose 22 points to 15. The game we were at was a draw, Primrose and SK Women's, but we'll talk more about that in a second or so. UCT False Bay 21-13. Morgs, what do you make of that?
Yeah, I mean, look, I think it's no secret now that UCT got to get. Their goal was to get 5 points for the next remaining games in order to win the league, and they slipped up. I mean, they got the result that they wanted, but they only picked up 4 points. So it opens the door a little bit for Hamilton's and Stellenbosch to pick up 5 from their remaining games and you know, to win the league. But yeah, Superliga still wide open, and I think it's sort of an expected result. But False Bay will not too happy with the fact that they slipped that one because at home there was a tough side to beat.
UWC Stellenbosch. Wilbur, are we still looking at the universities to be like league contention? Because it strikes me that now when we look at the log, we don't really look at the universities. We're just looking at the clubs that are non-university clubs. But they beat UWC 45-3.
Ek dink dis 'n goeie uitslag vir Stellenbosch. Ek dink hulle is nou nog met UCT wat nie volpunte gekry het. Ek dink ek moet hulle nog 5 punte kry hulle volgende 3 wedstryde om die liga te wen. Maar ek dink omdat dit nou oopklaps is, so almal het 'n kans om goed te doen. So ek dink die liga super is baie kompeterend na opsig.
But of course, the winning structures have kind of changed now because you can win the league and then you're going to go into the Champions thing, and then there's people playing for the Community Cup, there's people playing for the Varsity Cup, people playing for the Community Shield, and then of course the Community Challenge. So I kind of look at the results nowadays and I'm thinking, well, was this result important or not? Yeah, you win the league at Western Province, but might not be a big deal. You can go and then win this new President's Cup, or you could be playing for like the clubs who are not in the playing for the league, like the guys that are in non-university clubs. They're not really too bothered. They just want to play for the Community Cup. Morgs, I don't know. What's the feeling out there?
No, look, I can only speak from experience or from where I come from. And at Hamilton's, we had this discussion in the weekend, and our main goal is to win the league. I mean, that's point blank. We want to win Super League A. We want to win the league. I mean, I know that there is a President's Cup, and without, playing it down, the league for us is first prize. And
first thing comes.
It's first prize. So I mean, that's what we focus, putting all our energy into. So. The league. If we win the league, yes, we will qualify Community Cup. But in essence, Community Cup doesn't hold as much water for us in terms of prestige as winning the league would.
Yeah. No, I totally agree with that. I mean, I totally agree with that. But I'm glad to hear that the league is still so important. Good to know that that maybe my perceptions are not always, because I suppose I'm looking across so many leagues and logs, and that maybe my perceptions also need to be realigned from time to time. So I'm glad to know it's going so strong. Hamilton's then, Morgs, let's go back to you, 31-21 over Belhar. That is not a bad result for Belhar. I mean, at 10 point, you guys are a strong side. Belhar also clearly once again showing the numbers.
Yeah, Belhar, I mean, it's, late in the season, we always talk about the sort of smaller clubs that will struggle with depth, but Belhar have shown, I mean, I must be honest, under Norman Jordan, I think they're doing an extremely good job. They're extremely fit. They play great brand of rugby, and it definitely wasn't easy for us on the day. I mean, if you look at the tackle count of Hamilton's tackle count for that game, we really put in a hell of a lot of tackles. So Belhar had a lot of the ball possession, and I think the scoreline, I think just after halftime, the score was like 31-12 or something close like that. So
how much of an impact did the fact have? Sorry to interrupt you. How much of an impact did it have that you guys played Wednesday night and then again on Saturday?
Yeah, look, I think our legs did start to waver a little bit towards the end of the game, but it's no excuse. I mean, a lot of other teams have had the same scenario and have produced results. So, yeah, not our best performance, but a good Belhar performance. And just to mention the conditions, I mean, eventually by the second half they have to put the lights on. We played on our B field again because our A field was so waterlogged. And by the second half they had to put the lights on because the fog laying over the field became extremely dark. So
really?
Yeah, no, it
can get a little bit foggy.
Yeah, no, it was extremely dark, but
especially the early hours of the morning. Eh?
Yeah, it depends on what time it is. Yeah, no, absolutely. Wilbur, let's bring you in here. Durbel, 41-29 over Kuilsrivier. Once again, Durbel's a good side, but Kuilsrivier 29 points on the board against Durbel.
Ek dink Kuilsrivier baie goed gedoen, maar ek dink Durbel het ook nie, hulle het nie heel die seisoen geperform nie, as jy dit so kan noem, en ek dink dit is 'n goeie resultaat vir hulle. So ek dink hulle het mik nou nog om top 6 te eindig. Ek dink Kuilsrivier, ek dink hulle is nou in 'n posisie waar hulle dalk uitspeel in die span wat derde eindig van Super B. So ek dink hulle begin al daarop fokus, maar ek dink hulle beslis 'n voordeel as ons in daai wedstryd moet ingaan.
Ja, dis 'n goeie punt. Ons kyk 'n bietjie later na die logs and we'll start taking a look at the bottom 3, so bottom 3 or 4, so you can have an idea there in Super League A, B and C as to who's potentially in the risk factor. And then of course Vex against Tygerberg. It was Tygerberg's last home game of the season, so pretty sure there were a lot of fans out there, but going down 22-15 to Vex over the weekend. But now the game that we were at over the weekend, I'm going to bring my man Isma-eel Dollie in here. My cameraman, Isma-eel Dollie, who was out over the weekend and came to assist because we are still I call it a low budget show. We have to take what we can get. Ish, thanks for helping me on Saturday. It was great.
Yeah, it was absolutely awesome. One memorable day.
Yeah.
I think for both sides. A lot of those people that were at the game were at the march.
Well, let me just stop you there. I mean, many people might not. I'm not Muslim, as you might know.
Are you?
No. Well, I'm beginning to wonder. But although we didn't get anything with the stuff 3 weeks ago, remember? Did we get anything, Morgs? Did we?
No, we're still waiting on our Ramadan show.
Yeah. No, we didn't get anything. But let's just look at that. I mean, if we're talking about community and community coming together at one time, everything sort of came into alignment. It was the first game after
unification.
Yes, first game after unification. So some of the people were saying that some of the kids in there, Primrose and SK Wilmers, have not played against each other for more than 20 years. So some of the guys playing in the team hadn't even been born yet from the time that SK. Then the next milestone, that if you think about it, was the first game after Ramadan for both teams.
Yeah.
There was a march in the morning protesting the occupation of Palestine. Once again, a big number of the Muslim community coming together to protest that, as well as thousands of other Cape Townians who supported the very same cause. And then, of course, SK against Primrose as two community teams coming together. So everything coming together to put on probably one of the biggest games, I would say, of the season. The amount of spectators that were there were, in excess of 3,000. I must say the guys had everything organized. But your feeling on the day of, like I say, all the kind of the stars aligning, so to speak.
I think the next time those two teams play again, you won't get that same sort of atmosphere and build up. It was just unbelievable. As you see, two similar clubs coming from different parts of Cape Town, meeting for the very first time. And I think the players that were involved in that match will remember that game for a very long time. You say 3,000, some say 5,000.
Yeah. We got to add on a 2,000 euro there.
Yeah, the ones that jumped over the wall, eh? No, but I just think it was just a fair result that both teams walked away with points.
Yeah.
It would have been unfair if there was a winner and a loser at the end of the day.
Well, it was close towards the end there. It was up. The one time SK was behind and then Primrose was behind. It came to like a 3-point and 5-point.
Yeah. I'm not going to say it wasn't the most, how can I say, free-flowing game, but it was very tense. It was a thriller, and that's what you expect from derbies. It's in your face. It's big hits. And it was something to remember. Yeah,
no, it was a fantastic game. And once again, I still have it 3 days later in my head. Rosa. Now, folks, if you don't know the anthem at Primrose, and once again, we were privileged to go to the change room. We're going to share that privilege with you. A couple of minutes before the kickoff, SK Wilmers against Primrose, and the coaches and administrative staff at Primrose were once again kind enough to invite me into the change room. Let's catch up now with the highlights. Primrose against SK Wilmers, with Primrose with the home ground advantage. JP Isma-eel, something like that. All right. Okay, we've got that shot now in the bag finally. It took a while to get it. But yeah, what a great game. What a gees.
Absolutely.
A couple of oaks getting a little bit rambunctious next to me there because I was standing on top of the scaffold. Okay, and for a time there I thought this was the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Hey, my bro, pull back, trek terug. Okay, here we go again. And then the next one was over the other side. Hey, trek terug die kant toe. And then the oaks were, and then I said, you mag nie op die scaffold kom nie. Okay, nee, it's all right, ons sal nie. Then 2 minutes, if there's a try going down the line, the oaks all on the scaffold. Yay! It was crazy.
Absolutely. One that I'll remember, and I was standing right at the bottom from where you were standing, and just that crowd over there, they just came with a lot of emotion, a lot of pride, sometimes a bit boiling over, but it was kept under wraps once it got settled.
Yeah, no, anyway, it was well organized. The organizers had fencing up. There were lots of sponsors. Once again, cool drinks, tuck shops, caravans selling food on the day. The organizers all had radio communication with each other, and the administrators from both teams were walking around the fence to make sure that everything was going okay. So you get a little bit of pushing and shoving here and there, like you get at every single club game, because when there's a game, a try to be seen, you want to see it, so you push and shove a little bit. But all in all, good game, great fun, and that's you can't ask for anything more.
I mean, it could easily happen that the administrators of both sides could have got involved, but they sort of had that sort of under control, and both of them had the buy-in of, let's make this day spectacular, and at the end of the day, it turned out like that.
Yeah, and like I said, you can't ask for anything more. So congratulations to the administrators of the game there, Basir and Fakhri and the guys. You guys really did a fantastic job at putting on a great show at SK, and that's exactly what we look to see from any club game. Right, of course, we did catch up there with the winning coach and captain, of course, Nani Osborne. In this case, it's not the winning coach and captain because the teams drew. In fact, there was another milestone. Morgs, this is the first game that we've ever filmed that it was a draw. So we didn't have a winning coach and captain. Let's catch up first with Basir and Nani Osborne. Folks, with me now, the coach of SK Women's, Adnan Basir, and the last time I think we spoke to him was at the Community Challenge, of course, at City Park. It wasn't not so long ago, but now you're straight into the season. It's been good for you guys so far. Not 100%, but it's been an average road, I suppose.
Yeah, it has been, JP. I think we progressed well. I remember talking to you. I mentioned that there was a few boxes that we had to tick.
Yeah.
Well, we've actually ticked more than what we expected. So yeah, we coming back from the UCT loss, it was a big loss, and we managed to put some wins together. And the guys built momentum as the season went along, and we at the business end now of it. The result today wasn't what we wanted, really. A draw's like kissing your sister. So, it was a good game.
I mean, when we spoke at City Park, we spoke about the fact that you were in the building process. There were new guys coming in. So from that point of view, you've had a good season. I know that I used the word average earlier on because there's been some games that have been close calls.
Yeah, I'm happy with the guys that's been coming through the system. It's local talent. It's our boys. They've progressed nicely in the game. They've put in the hard yards, and it's starting to pay off. And yeah, we're hoping to even take it one further.
Now I was speaking to Rito earlier on, and the crowd was talking to us on social media, on the telephones, on Facebook, on just about everything, saying that this is the game that we had to come to. How big was this for you guys in preparation? SK Primrose, as Rito was saying, haven't played against each other since before unification. Some of the guys playing today had never even been born since those days. I mean, and you've got, of course, family history. You understand that connection as well. How big was it for SK, this game today?
The game was big in the sense that we knew what was to be expected. The crowd was going to be big. The occasion was going to be big. But we treated it and we prepared as we would prepare for any other game.
Yeah.
We don't want to make any game too big. It's what you prepare for and what you execute on the day. So that was the main focus. It didn't go our way. They applied good pressure in the first half, but we started to put a few things together in the second half, and it worked for us. And yeah, the scoreboard obviously said it. We could have gone either way in the end. Yeah, but that's how the game goes. You win some, you lose some, you draw some, you kiss your
Well,
sister at times. So.
This is one of those games that, like, I still keep saying congratulations. I always say congratulations to a coach, even if they've lost the game, because that's what club rugby is all about. But this is the first game that we filmed that it's a draw, so I'm still going to say congratulations.
Thanks, JP.
There we go.
Thanks.
All
All,
right.
the best. Thanks.
Good stuff there. Let's catch up now with Nani Osman, of course, the captain at SK. With me now, the captain of SK Women's, Nani Osman. Nani, are you happy with the result? It was a draw.
Well,
Can't really say
not
yes, can
completely
you?
happy, but yeah, we'll take the 2 points.
Yeah.
It's better than a lose, I suppose.
How do you feel the league has gone so far this year?
Well, we've been on a long break, so it was kind of tough for us today.
Yeah.
Of playing the first game after 8 weeks, so we're still kind of pushing to get into the top 6, and it's not out of reach yet. So we got 3 more games, and hopefully we can pull it off.
I know you're very cold, but you're like a hero in the community. Everybody knows you. Like, everyone talks about, I don't know, Nani this and Nani that. How big was this game in terms of this rivalry between Primrose and SK, and coming from the same community, coming out of Ramadan, and of course there was a march today in the city that united so many people. It's really, if you encapsulate everything, this was an enormous occasion of a lot of people coming together in one place.
Yeah, look, there's obviously history between the two clubs. It's been 21 years since they last played each other in the league. So yeah, there was a lot of hype outside the game as well. Obviously, we had to take in, you had to absorb some of that. But at the same time, our aim was to come out here and put on a spectacle for the crowd. So I hope they well, not the result, but I hope they enjoyed the rugby that was played out there.
Well, I was on the side of the field, obviously, while you guys were on the field, and I can tell you the crowd were absolutely loving it.
Yeah, well, that's how it goes,
Yeah.
We got a home game next week. Hopefully, it's a different result for us.
Well, good luck, and we look forward to seeing you guys in the rest of the season.
Cheers, thanks, JP.
Always nice speaking to Nani there. Again, hero in the community and big match temperament to go with it. Ish, how was that final kick towards the end there?
That was unbelievable. To have the final say of the game.
Because they would have lost if it wasn't for
They
that
would have
kick.
lost. I was on the side of the pitch, and some of the SK supporters and management said, let's tap and go, because they wanted the win.
Yeah,
But I think the right decision was made going for Pulse.
yeah, no. Good. Well, it's a risky decision, but you I mean, we walked. You go for the points, eh?
Oh, it's a tough one, Japs. Hindsight, yeah, probably. Had he missed it, they would have said, let's go for the win. So hindsight is the perfect science, but in the end, right decision, definitely.
Talking
I
about
would have
science, I mean, Wilbur, wat sou jy gedoen het? Ek meen, as jy die bal het en jy besluit jy gaan met hom hardloop en iemand nak hom aan, of die persentasie is groter dat jy 'n fout gaan maak as wat jy vir die skop gaan mis.
Ag ek dink JP is ook belangrik waar jy op die liga staan. Ek dink het jy die wen nodig, het jy die gelyk op die slag nodig.
Jong, ek kan jou nou sê op daai dag, there was no worry.
So ek dink maar daar veilig speel en gaan vir die pale en dan maar die gelyk opslag, uitslag.
Ja.
Ek dink dieselfde met ons teen Milnerton wat hulle die kans gehad het om die wedstryd te wen met die laaste skop gemis, so kon enige kant toe gegaan het.
Yeah. Anyway, folks, a good kick there from Nani, and well done. You can see the experience coming through there. Rito Klongwane, the coach of Primrose, we managed to catch up with him. Right, folks, 23 all year, Rosmead, Primrose against SK Women's, certainly one of the biggest games of the season. With me now is the coach of Primrose, Rito Klongwane, of course, also no stranger to Cape Rugby TV. Yeah. Rito, down to the wire, it could have gone either way in the end there, eh?
Yeah, I think it was a very good game. And I think SK came out guns blazing second half. They really gave us a tough time. And you know what they say about draws, eh? But we'll take it. We'll take the 2 points and go forward with it.
I mean, you guys have had a good season. I was saying now to Hussein, it's been a couple of close calls during the season. For the first time back in Super League A, it's been good so far.
Yes, I think we set ourselves high standards, and so far I think we've done well. We've lost 1 or 2 bad games, but now we're pretty chuffed with where we are, and we can only go forward from here.
A lot of culture, history, tradition in this game today. We spoke about it in the show, we mentioned it on social media. I know that there are other big teams out there, the likes of Marty's and UCT and that, but surely the feeling I get that this game was probably more important than any other game.
Definitely, yeah, definitely. I mean, Thursday night at training, I'm sure there were more spectators than players.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of history between the two clubs, and I think they hadn't played since unification, and some of the boys were not even born since Primrose played SK Homers, but definitely a lot of culture and history between the two clubs.
Well, incredible day and incredible game, so well done and nice
Thank
to
you
see you
very
again.
much,
Yeah.
JP.
There we go.
All the best.
Okay. So yes, nice chatting there with Rito Klangwana, the coach of Primrose, and of course Hussein Isaacs, the captain of Primrose. Right, folks, we're here at Rosmead today. I'm with the captain of Primrose, Hussein Isaacs. Hussein, incredible day, an incredible game, incredible crowd.
Yeah. JP, I think firstly I want to start off by thanking SK Homers for coming out here today and playing the game in a really good spirit. I must say that the odds were against us, coming up against a team who's been 10 years in the Super League. So putting them 10 years ahead of us, I think we've proved a lot of people wrong today, surprised a lot of people. So I'm really proud of our guys here today.
The result, I mean, it was a draw, 23 all. You guys were behind at the end, and I mean you were in front, and of course Nani put over that penalty right at the end there. But if you look at the whole day today, I suppose you said it before the game, like rugby was the winner today. I know we say that sometimes, but it couldn't have come out actually with a better result.
Yeah, I think they snatched it away from us there.
Yeah.
We actually gave it to them in the dying seconds, but again, I'll echo that. I think rugby was the ultimate winner today.
But you don't feel disappointed. I mean, when you got a crowd like this, which is probably one of the bigger crowds we've seen around club rugby in the season, it's a good feeling.
Yeah, no, I think the first choice would have been to win this game.
Yeah.
But I think getting the 3 points out of the game is better than nothing.
Well, you've had a great season. I've watched you guys all season long. We started off at Tygerberg, and then there were the friendlies at Milnerton, and I think a couple of other games as well. And some of those games were very close. So you've had a great starting season.
Yeah, I think for our first time in the Super League, I think we can be proud of ourselves about the performance. I just want to thank the faithful here at Rosmead for coming out here for all our games. Win or lose, they're behind us all the time. So I just want to say thank you to them as well.
Listen, great game. Congratulations again on a fantastic game.
Thank you.
Okay. Thanks for saying yes. Great game there. Well done. It was a good draw. All right, folks. After the ad break, we'll be catching up with the man of the match, Madich Davids, and he wins for himself, of course, a bucket of solid mass. Now, Evox Advanced Nutrition is the official sports nutrition supplier to Western Province Rugby and the DHL Stormers. If you want to win for yourself 5 kilos of Evox Solid Mass, as well as 4 tickets to go and watch Western Province on the weekend at Newlands, then get your cell phones handy, because after the break we'll give you an opportunity to win yourself 4 tickets to go and watch Western Province at Newlands over the weekend. We'll be back in a sec. Right, folks, so this weekend, Western Province take on the Bulls at Newlands. So if you want to win for yourself this bucket of solid mass, then and 4 tickets to go and watch Province take on the Bulls at Newlands. Kickoff is at 2 o'clock. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to film a club game then on Saturday, which means we'll have to find a Friday game to go and shoot on Friday night, and we'll let you know about that in a second or so. In the meantime, Madich Davids is the Evox Advanced Nutrition Man of the Match. So congratulations to Madich Davids. He walks away with the SK Homers Primrose Man of the Match prize. It was a draw. It was a tough one to choose. But Isma-eel Dollie felt Madich was definitely the man of the match. Let's see what he says. Folks, with me now is the Evox Advanced Nutrition Man of the Match, Madich Davids. All right, so Madich, you win for yourself today, courtesy of Evox Advanced Nutrition, who is of course the official sports nutrition supplier to Western Province Rugby and the DHL Stormers. You win for yourself the Evox Man of the Match. You are today's Man of the Match. How was the game?
It was quite tough up front. All around, I thought it was a good game, both sides, but good game.
Are you gonna show us this bucket here? Are you gonna use this? Are you kind of look at all this Kraak here? Do you need more?
I think I need more.
Listen, my dear, congratulations. It was a great game for both sides. You guys did very well. And everybody said you were the man of the match, so well done.
Thank you very much.
There we go. Hey! In fact, Marty walking there away with a bucket of Mega Grow, the other bulk meal replacement from Evox Advanced Nutrition. So 33280, that's the number that you want to text. You win this bucket of solid mass plus 4 tickets to go and watch the Western Province take on the Bulls. Just SMS the answer, who's the official sports nutrition supplier to Western Province Rugby and the DHL Stormers to 33280, and you can win yourselves 5 kilograms of Mega Grow. Last week's winner, at least solid mass. Last week's winner, congratulations to Jason Nell. Jason walks away with a bucket of solid mass. All right, folks, we're going to take an ad break, and when we come back, we'll start taking a look at the rest of the results over the weekend. Isma-eel, Dollie, you think Milnerton Brackenfell is a big game this weekend?
I wouldn't say it's a league decider, but...
So it's not a big game?
Absolutely massive.
All right, let's take a look at the other results there in Super League B over the weekend. There's some crackers there. 31-14 for Rangers over Scottsdene, and then St George's beating Villagers 21-17. Well, we've got the St George's coach with us now, Wilbur. Villagers must have been a tough one for you guys, because Villagers really has been in great form this season.
Ag, ek dink JP, hulle was die span om te klop. Is enigste onderwonne span in Super B. Dit is nie 'n swak Villagers span wat Saterdag opgedaag het nie. Ek dink net ons wil dit meer gehad het. En ek dink om vir 7 minute te verdedig aan die einde en vir 3,5 minute met 14 man wil gedoen wees. So ek dink was 'n goeie wen vir ons geweest.
14 man.
14 man, ja, ons het 'n geel kaart gekry so 3 minute voor die einde vir repeated infringement. So ek dink die ouens het goed gedoen en baie guts geweest.
Jy het vir die ouens gesê hulle moet repeat.
Nee, dit is 'n moeilike een. Ek dink in die konteks van die game was dit al 'n goeie geel kaart. Ek dink ek dink net Villagers het 'n fout gemaak om nie 'n scrum te roep nie. So hulle het 'n quick tap gevat aan die einde. So ek dink ja, toe ek dink dit Geldenhuis, Ryan het hy aangeslaan en ja.
Did the coaches sometimes tell them take the penalty? You need the penalty, otherwise the guys are going to score. You got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, well, we equip the players with decision-making abilities, and hopefully they carry out what we've trained. But on the day, it's actually the captain that makes the decisions.
Yeah. And then, do you have to have a fine session?
Yeah,
or is that like Morgan? That's more your kind of thing at your club, fine session.
Yeah, we do. At Hamilton, we do enjoy our fine sessions, but only if we win. If we lose, I think we're bad losers. So thankfully, it's only happened once this year.
All
but,
right.
Yeah, we enjoy the victory, I think.
All right, in Super League C, Strand beating Lunga 30 points to 19, and then Strand United 35-5 over Manenberg Rangers. Violets 38-17 over Park. Good win for Violets. In City League's top 8 competition, just 2 matches there. Busy Bees 32-15 over Watsonias. Temperance and Cities beating, at least Temperance Cities beating Tech 32 points to 28, and then in the Northern's top 8 league, Mikawi going down to All Saints 53 points to 3, a massive win there for All Saints. Atlantis 31-27 over Kailicha, and Whistling Wheels 39-7 over Delft. Then in the Southern League top 8, Bishop Labour's going down to Thistles 33-12. Young Brothers losing to Titans 11-9. Rocklands 101-7 over Richmond Rangers. And then Peninsula losing to Retreat 25-19. Shocking performance there. Rocklands 101-9 over Richmond Rangers. Is this something that we worry about? Do we just say it's community rugby, we keep playing? I don't know, Wilbur, I'm not going to ask, what do you do? What's Richmond Rangers thinking at a time like this?
We don't really know the situation. Maybe some guys never pitched up for the seconds and thirds, so some guys probably played 2 or 3 games.
Well, maybe, but we don't really know.
That probably happened. And probably played with some guys short as well, with that type of score. So,
or they could just be really bad.
I think they would have maybe just forfeit the game and take 20-0. That would have been better.
20-0 would look better on the score sheet.
Yeah.
But we've seen bigger scores this season. I know in the PAL League, Morgs, when we opened up in the season, there were some monsters there.
Yeah, we've seen 111. What Peril United?
137, I think.
Someone, 111. So, no, you know what I think? It's been so wet for a team to score 101 points. You've got to be really bad. I mean, or you've got to be playing, I think, with 11 Oaks on the field. You know, so. Look, I don't know, there's some serious issues there at that side, but look.
I think they need to merge with LCS Rugby. That's as simple as that. If you're starting to see points like that, you've got to start thinking about what other clubs are around you. Start getting your community together. get your players to play on one field, get your changing room together in one place, get your money all together in one place, get your community together, and you start looking at strengthened teams. And I think if we looked at Cities and Temperance this year already, we started seeing a change there. So Richmond Rangers, perhaps you need to start looking maybe at some sort of amalgamation. It's a little bit tough out there, but you're not the only team out there that I think should be looking at amalgamation. Lots of teams that are playing on the same fields, playing on the same change rooms. Yeah, I know it's a tough one to work through, Wilbur.
Ag ek dink JP, dit gaan sy groepe in het. Ek dink in die strand het ons dieselfde probleem. Ek dink veral met die getal spelers wat is veral onder 20s. Ek kyk nou 'n span na so Strand Pioneers wat nog nie 'n wedstryd gewen het die jaar nie. So ek dink dis dalk 'n opsie vir hulle. Maar ek dink die klubs het ook maar hulle trots, so dit is 'n baie moeilike proses en ek dink dit is iets wat oornag gaan gebeur nie.
Yeah, no, I know it's difficult, but you know, at the end of the day, yeah, it's a tough one. It's a tough one. Why don't you send us your thoughts on club amalgamation, folks, on Facebook, www.facebook.com/Cape Rugby TV. And in fact, we'd like to hear your opinion. The smaller clubs that are close together, should they amalgamate, or do they stick to the history side of things and let the chairmans be the chairmans and the presidents be the presidents and let them be there, and the results don't really matter because the pride and heritage of the club should come first. It's a question of, it's a 50-50. Let us know your opinion. We would love to share that opinion here on the show. So as I said, on Facebook, that'll help us quite a bit. All right, then, of course, some interesting logs then. Let's quickly look at Super League A. UCT is top of the pile with Stellenbosch in second place. Of course, UCT on 54 points, and Stellenbosch has still got a game in hand. So there's going to be some crackers coming up soon. And Hamilton's Durban in top 4 there. Bottom 3, as we spoke about earlier on, Kuilsriver, Bellville, and NNK. All right, so those are the guys really going to be fighting at. Kuilsriver, Wilbur, as you were saying, is sitting on 12 points. Bellville's on 8 points. And NNK is on 4 points. Now, those are the 3 teams because the next one up from that is UWC on 18. So I let the Bikkie Funner, they've got a little bit of spilling, so to say. But there again, those teams have still got, UWC still got 3 more games to play. Bellville, NNK, 3 more games to play. I think the real one that's in danger there is Kuilsriver. They've played 13 games. That means they've got 1 more game this season. And it's make or break for them.
Ja, nee, ek dink hulle speel Vrydag aan die IWK. So ek dink dit gaan nog 'n moeilike wedstryd wees.
Ja.
Dis 'n wedstryd wat ek wil gaan bywin, want daar's 'n kans dat ons dalk in derde eindig en teen Kuilsrivier speel. So om net voor te berei vir daai wedstryd.
Jy gaan 'n bietjie nollie. Soos
ja,
hulle sê.
Maar stil met die oog.
Stil met die oog, ja.
En die videokamera.
En die videokamera, ja.
All right, yeah, but of course, if you go down, then of course next year you're top of the pile in another league. And I still have that debate. Do you want to be 15, 14 or 13 in a league, or do you want to be first, second or third in a lower league? For me, I'd rather walk around bragging, right? So saying, hey, ek stop my een in die league. No one knows which league. You're just number 1 in the league. I don't know. You're going to get more sponsor mentions then.
It's a difficult one. Some clubs are sort of ready to take the step up to Super League A or the next level. Some clubs are not. So there's a difference of opinion within the clubs, that I can tell you. Obviously, finances plays a big role with regards to player recruitment, especially in the Super A League. Super B Leagues may be a bit different, but...
but so look, I mean, if you look at that then, if you look at a team who's lying 15, 14, 13 or 12 on the log, who's going to sponsor you? When you're talking about finances in
well,
Super
you're still
League,
playing in the top league, and you're getting the mileage, you're getting the.
But you're not going to get mentioned on TV. You're not going to get mentioned on radio. You're not going to get mentioned anywhere because the simple fact is that a media presenter can only mention the top 4 or 5 in a log. I'm going to tell you who's number 1 in the log in Super League A, number 1 in the log in Super League B, number 1 in the log in Super League C.
I guess it's the prestige of playing in a higher league. That plays a big part.
So especially nice prestige with no money.
Well, I wouldn't say that. I mean, some clubs are rolling in the dough, so it's just a matter of balancing it out.
Yeah, I suppose what we do need to maybe do, but although I'm 50-50 on that as well, is do we start saying that playing in Super League A is a big deal? Do we have to give it a badge of honour? Is that badge of honour Super League A bigger than the badge of honour of Super League C or Super League B? Is the badge of honour different to a northern region, a city region, or a southern region?
Well, Super League A, B, C, they're obviously ranked according to strength. So obviously your Super League A teams are your stronger teams. Super League B is your second strongest in your league, and Super League C is your...
Doesn't everybody strive to play in Super League A?
That's
Yeah,
what...
that's-
Yeah.
So is that the badge of honor?
Yeah, well, rightly so. I mean, anywhere in the world you go, you know, I mean, you take the Premier League, you take anywhere in the world. I mean, you want to play, you want to be the best in the country, you want to be the best club in the country, you got to win Super League A.
But if you look
can't
at,
go to win Super League B and think to be the best.
I hear what you're saying, but my question is this: come towards the end of the season, and you've got games games in Super League A, 7th position, 8th position, 9th position. Super League A. They're not going to come near television because I'm rather going to go and film the guys who are playing for 1st and 2nd place in Super League B, or Super League C, or Northern City. It's a final. It's a big playoff. I mean, I know what you mean by Super League A is.
No, well, look, I mean, I think when you're talking community TV, then it's maybe a little bit of a different thing because we can only cover one game. But I think if you're looking at just prestige across the board, then you want to play in Super League A because if we had 20 cameras out there on a weekend, the 20 cameras would go and cover Super League A 1 to 15.
No, they wouldn't. There's no other television station in the country that goes near any club game. So they can only put one game on at a time.
No, what I'm saying is, if we had 20 cameras out there,
yeah,
the prestige lies with Super League A.
But then they'd all have to play in sequence. You have to play like 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock, 4 o'clock to 6 o'clock, 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock.
No, if you had 20 cameras out there that could go and cover, I'm talking if you had snippets of every game, and you wanted to showcase the best club rugby in the Western Cape, you'd go to Super League A.
Sure.
And you'd go 1 to 15.
100%.
So, and to add to that, the fact is that if you St George's take St George's if you want it for lack of
not any fact the coaches here.
no, but if you were St George's, you want to give yourself an opportunity to win Super League A, and the only way you're going to do that is by playing in Super League A. So you can't go and say you would rather stay at Super League B, but you still want to be the best club in the country. You got to go and play in Super League A, and you're definitely not going there to go and just make up the numbers. You're going. Any club that comes up into Super League A is going there to go and win Super League A. They're not going there to make up the numbers, surely.
And St George's is definitely on course for winning the league, especially Super B. The reason I say that is they've got an easier pathway to the end of the league. Villages, number 1, has still got to play Silurians, number 2. So that 2 cancels each other out.
Just remember something. At the end of the year, there's going to be the Western Province annual awards dinner. And you know who's going to be fetching the trophy?
The winner.
They get the winners. End of story. The Super League A winners are going to walk up and they're going to. You guys were talking about how important it is to win the leagues earlier on, not the knockouts and all that. They're going to, as we have featured many times, they're going to be on TV. The winners of Super League A, the winners of Super League B, the winner, not the 7th place or the 8th place.
But that's what I'm saying. They're on course to winning the league.
Yeah. So Wilbur's in a good spot.
That's why that.
But if you're 8th place in Super League A, you're also ran.
You're still better than St George's or Silurians.
Well, you're an invisible better. So great.
But you're only worried about your environment.
Can we just put this debate to bed?
Well, there's an old story. You have to have visibility.
And in Super A, you get lots of visibility.
Well, no, not if you're down in from 7 to 15. You're not going to get visibility. Sponsors want exposure. They want visibility. They want the guys who are going to be on TV.
But that's the responsibility of the club, not of the.
Yeah, so you have to win.
Of course, you got to win, but you've also got to create a culture that's people want to come and join, and
absolutely 100%. And I think I wrote about that in the magazine last week, where we spoke once again about what the clubs need to do. So you're spot on. The clubs need to be thinking of every game as an event, just like SK and Primrose did over the weekend. Every game is an event, and I think that is exactly right. Is that considering the fact that there are so many more games, there's so much more activity. How are you going to get for yourself? Because you guys you're the ones that were talking about strategy long term next year. Where are you going to get your juniors from? So you got to make the game fun. Because if you're from 4 down, what's there at the club? Except for Hamilton's 3rd team, of course, which is we know got its own following.
Exactly.
All right, okay, so this is, again, folks, is one of those debates of where do you want to be? Where do you want to play? Do you want to play in Super League A, number 1 or 2? Do you want to be 14 or 15 in Super League A or C or D or whatever the case may be? Again, send us your messages on Facebook. We'd love to get your opinion because there's only 4 of us in the show here and we don't really know what we're talking about to begin with. Okay, so let's take a look at the logs in Super League B. Top of the pile, Villages, Solari and St. George's Peniel. At the bottom in risk there is Hamlet's, Young People's, Goodwood, Scottsdene. Those are the guys under threat at the moment to go down to Super League C. In Super League C, on the top of the pile, it's Wraithby, Franschhoek and Langa. And then at the bottom, risk factors again. Silverleaf, Manenberg Rangers, Eerste Rivier and Van der Stel. Then in the Simonsburg region, top of the pile, Pumas, 4 of Santa Kral. There will be no relegations there. In the Women's League, again, no relegations. Blue Jets, Peniel Villages, at least Peniel ladies and Milnerton ladies. In the Paarl region, once again, no relegation here. They've already split. Lower Paarl, Young Standards in the top 2, and the B League, Simonium and Young Gardens in the top 2 on 14 and 10 respectively. The top 9 Champions League. These are now the top 9 teams that have come out of the pile in terms of the Northern City and Southern Leagues. Blue Jets, Young Stars, Masi Pumulele and Laguna are the top 4 teams there at the moment. And then, of course, in the top 8 on the City League, Temperance Cities, Police, Busy Bees, Whistling Wheels, Atlantis, Khayelitsha. In the Northern League and Southern League, Titans, Retreat, and Thistle. All right, folks, we'll take an ad break, and when we come back, we'll start taking a look to see which is going to be the fixture of the weekend and some other big matchups coming up this weekend. Back with you in a sec. Welcome back, folks. Cape Rugby TV, Wednesday night, 9 o'clock. Yes, of course, as I said earlier on, bring me your Facebook comments on Facebook, www.facebook.com/Cape Rugby TV. Incidentally, we hit our 10,000 mark figure for the Facebook fans over the weekend, and that was pretty good. Don't forget, get your Cape Rugby TV magazine at your club this weekend. Administrators fetch at the game at Newlands between 2 o'clock and 4 o'clock. Alternatively, you can fetch it from our offices if you're in the northern suburbs and you want to fetch your magazines here at the offices. Remember, Friday night games, lots of Friday night games, so you're going to have to get your magazines early on Friday so that you can get them to your game on time. Some big games coming up over the weekend. In Super League A, it's UWC up against Kuilsriver, Stellenbosch, Tygerberg, Durbanville and Hamiltons. SK Warmers take on Bell High, Helderberg, UCT, NNK, Vix. And then on Saturday, it's Bellville and Primrose. So a lot of the games here, Morgs, are playing Friday night games, probably due to the fact that Western Province is playing on Saturday. And I believe Saturday kickoff, Western Province, 2 o'clock.
Yes, 2 o'clock game. Obviously, I think because the Springbok game is at 4:30 or something, I think, along those lines.
All right. And then, of course, we're in a situation that the lights are not great at all of the clubs, so very difficult for us to film on a Friday. And then the Saturday, where they're having 2 games in a row, we'll announce the game that we're going to over the weekend. We'll announce that on Facebook, so make sure that you keep an eye on Facebook and we'll let you know where we're going to. Right, then in Super League B, it's Goodwood, Scottsdene, Kraaifontein, Hands and Arts, Brackenfell, Milnerton, Hamlets, Villages, Solarians, Rangers, St. George's, Macassar, Collegians and Young Peoples. All right, gentlemen, there's 2 of you here, Brackenfell, Milnerton. Ish, how do you see us going?
Well, we've come off a 7-week break, so...
Is this your first game?
First game back.
You must be like chomping at the bit.
Yeah, it was like an off-season for us.
Yeah.
So
how many games have you got left this season?
3.
All right, and you're up against Brackenfell. Going to be tough?
Tough as always. They've obviously picked up a few points along the way, and they're not too far behind us as well. So it's going to be a very, very tough game. We're playing at their home.
Yeah.
So favourites Brackenfell.
And then Wilbur, you guys are up against Macassar. Now that's going to be a derby match. It's a home ground advantage for St. George's, but you know it's going to be mental. There's going to be so many people out there. I mean, if there's 2 teams that really get at each other, and it's a Saturday game, so you should really have quite a lot of people there.
Ag ek dink dit gaan 'n tipiese derby wees en ek dink gaan baie mense wees. Die amper hele Macassar het vir ons Saterdag kom kyk teen Villagers. So,
goeie span.
So hulle is voorberei en ek dink ek het Macassar vroeër jaar teen Rangers gekyk waar hulle hom in die laaste skop deurgetrek het.
Ja, dit moes vir Rangers op by die huis gestop in die laaste minuut.
Ja, definitief. En ek dink dit gaan 'n moeilike wedstryd wees. Ons kort die punte, hulle kort die punte, so ek dink dit gaan maar
Manie is die kaptein daar so, né?
Nee, by
Macassar.
Ek is seker wie hulle kaptein
is. Ja, ek dink is Manie. And of course, Godfrey Africa and the guys
Ja.
are full steam ahead there at Macassar. So they're doing really well. Yeah.
Ja, nee, hulle doen baie goed en ek dink die wedstryd gaan ongelukkig op Gastro kan plaasvind nie met die water, so dit gaan op die kraal plaasvind.
So julle speel nie by Gastro nie?
Nee, ons speel by Gastro in die veld.
Waar is die kraal? Ek was nog by die kraal.
Abattoir, dis in
Abattoir.
Abattoir, ja.
Noem hulle die kraal?
Hulle noem dit die kraal.
That's of course a Strand Pioneers field.
Strand Pioneers, Strand United.
Okay, right. So folks, so don't go to Gastro in case you're not sure. Don't go to Gastro, you got to go to Kraal. All right, that's the Abattoir grounds where Strand Pioneers and Strand United play. So I'm glad you told us that because you could have had 10,000 people at Gastro.
Ja, nee, ek dink ons sien almal daarna uit. Ek dink ons skuld Macassar 1. Ons het verlede jaar verloor en gelyk opgespeel teen hulle, so ons sien uit na die wedstryd.
All right, okay. All right, then in Super League C, Stel, Kortag and Violet, Silverleaf and Strand United, Eerste Rivier, Manenberg, Franschhoek, Silvertree, Langa van der Stel, Lucas and Strand and Paul Wraithby. In the top 8, City League, Police, Busy Bees, Tech against Perseverance, Hamadias, Watsonia, Whistling Wheels, Atlantis, Kailicha, Carlamore, All Saints, Strand, Delta, and Mikai, Northerns. Southern League C's, Richmond, Rangers, Peninsula, Titans, Bishop Lavers, Rocklands, and Young Brothers and Thistles. And then in the top 9 Champions Leagues, Blue Stars, Caledonia and Roses, Blue Jets, Young Stars, Laguna, Wesley's, and of course Masi Pumlele take on Clutiesville. One in the Women's League, it's Franschhoek ladies against Marty's, Blue Jets, Young Brothers ladies, and then of course UWC ladies take on Milnerton ladies. Those are a wrap of your fixtures for the weekend. It's going to be a more action-packed rugby. Remember, the games are a little bit jumbled this weekend. Friday night, lots of fixtures in Super League A and 1 or 2 in Super League B. Make sure you know where they are. Then, of course, don't forget, Western Province kicks off against the Bulls at Newlands at 2 o'clock. There's a test match on a Saturday. Unfortunately, Sia Khaleesi will not be playing in that test match. How sad for development, but nevertheless, it would have been great to see Sia Khaleesi. Remember the last time we had to make a pick Sia Khaleesi t-shirt, I think, just about. Morgan Newman, have a fantastic rugby weekend.
Thanks, JP. Look forward to it, and good luck to Western Province.
Isma-eel, Dollie.
Yes, thanks a lot, JP. Good luck to all the teams this weekend.
And Wilbur, thanks for joining us. Nice having you here.
Dankie JP. Plesier om te wees.
Long overdue. There we go, folks. It's been great having you join us. Remember, you can get us on Facebook, www.facebook.com/Cape Rugby TV, or on Twitter @Cape Rugby TV. Keep tweeting those scores. It's great for everybody to watch those back channels. Make sure that you keep watching on Wednesday nights. Remember, we'll be announcing where we go to over the weekend on Facebook. So keep your eyeballs peeled. That's a wrap from us. We'll see you again next week. Same time, same place. Bye-bye.